All right, let's start the broadcast with breaking updates now coming in on the Rajya Sabha nomination. It's a big setback for Meenakshi Natarajan because the Supreme Court has refused to interfere with the candidature. It has rejected her plea, going on to say courts can't interfere with the candidate's nomination. The Supreme Court says we are not inclined to interfere. Now, Meenakshi Natarajan, her nomination had been rejected, after which she had approached the Supreme Court. Legal editor Harish Nair joins us on the broadcast with the details. Harish, what has the Supreme Court said?
Yes, that's right. In fact, Pratibha, it can be seen as a big setback for Meenakshi Natarajan, as after the Election Commission did not entertain her plea, she had moved the Supreme Court. But today the Supreme Court clearly, vacation bench, saying that it is not interfering with Natarajan's Rajya Sabha candidate's rejection. Supreme Court very clearly says courts can't interfere with nomination of candidates. We are not inclined to interfere, and at the same time, the Supreme Court giving liberty to Meenakshi Natarajan to approach the Madhya Pradesh High Court through an election petition challenging the victory of the winning BJP candidate. Supreme Court very clearly says remedy lies through election petition, which is to be filed before the Madhya Pradesh High Court. And Supreme Court also said there is no judgment of ours where returning officer rejected the candidature by not accepting the papers, and then we set aside that order and accepted the nomination. We can't intervene. And Supreme Court also said once nomination is rejected, the only option is an election petition before the High Court, and otherwise it will amount to we interfering without jurisdiction. Supreme Court very clearly, repeatedly said that however erroneous decision may be, once a nomination is rejected, remedy lies elsewhere. It is the election petition before the High Court. Remember, Natarajan had contested her rejection of the candidature on the ground that she had not divulged the criminal case pending against her, but her lawyer said that there is no existing criminal case, no active FIR or criminal case, and also said that there is no mandatory disclosure required if charges have not been framed, not even cognizance have been taken. But Supreme Court was not impressed. Supreme Court said at this juncture we cannot intervene in matters of nomination of candidates, and therefore the remedy only lies in the form of an election petition, and the petitioner will have to approach the Madhya Pradesh High Court.
Okay, all right. Harish, I request you to stay on with us as we speak about the options now available for Meenakshi Natarajan, because what the Supreme Court has said is that she should approach the High Court. She had spoken up when the nomination was rejected. Listen in.
क्योंकि मुझ पर एक लीगल नोटिस है, वो लीगल नोटिस की पूरी कानूनी जानकारी मैंने मेरे ईसीआई को जो मेमोरेंडम दिया उसमें रखा। आज सुप्रीम कोर्ट में भी वो बात रखेंगे। मात्र एक लीगल नोटिस है जिसका अब तक अदालत ने संज्ञान तक नहीं लिया, कॉग्निसेंस तक नहीं लिया, वो मैटर है। तो अब इसको दर्ज करने के लिए कॉलम कहां था, ये क्लैरिटी होनी चाहिए। फॉर्म 26 में ऐसा कोई कॉलम नहीं है जिसमें लिखा जाए कि रैंडम कोई प्राइवेट कंप्लेंट के भी बारे में सूचना दीजिए। अगर वो ऐसा कोई कॉलम होता तो हम ये सूचना जरूर देते, क्योंकि मामला सब जुडिस है, न्यायालय के अधीन है, और आज भी माननीय उच्चतम न्यायालय कॉम्प्रोमाइज थे। ये मैंने पहले दिन भी कहा। इलेक्शन कमीशन ऑफ इंडिया के पास जब हमारे लोग गए तो उन्होंने 48 घंटे तक भी कोई जवाब नहीं दिया। माननीय उच्चतम न्यायालय ने कम से कम हमारी बात की सुनवाई की और उस पर अपना एक फैसला दिया, लेकिन चुनाव आयोग इस तरह से मिला हुआ है कि उन्होंने उसके लिए कोई अपनी तरफ से कोई जवाब तक नहीं दिया। और आज तो ये भी ताज्जुब की बात है कि हमारा जो मामला चल रहा है वो रिटर्निंग ऑफिसर्स और इलेक्शन कमीशन के खिलाफ था, लेकिन आज स्टेट ऑफ मध्य प्रदेश ने अपना भी वकील खड़ा किया। तो इससे आराम से समझ में आता है कि क्या साठगांठ चल रही है और क्या कहां पर हो रहा है।
मीनाक्षी जी आप थी वहाँ पे, खुद प्रेजेंट थी?
हाँ, मैं ऑनलाइन थी।
ऑनलाइन
प्रेजेंट
पूरी दलील सुनी।
हाँ,
क्या आप सेटिस्फाइड हैं जो सरकार?
देखिए, मैं तो पहले दिन से कह रही हूँ कि चुनाव आयोग कॉम्प्रोमाइज्ड है, चुनाव आयोग की साठगांठ है, और आज ये एक तरह से और भी प्रूव हुआ, जबकि स्टेट ऑफ मध्य प्रदेश का वकील वहां पे खड़े होते हैं, तो ये तो स्टेट ऑफ मध्य प्रदेश का मामला ही नहीं है ना। राज्यों के तो खिलाफ ये कोई राज्यों के खिलाफ हम लड़ाई नहीं लड़ रहे थे, हम तो चुनाव आयोग की बात कर रहे थे, हम अपने रिटर्निंग ऑफिसर्स के कॉम्प्रोमाइज होने की बात कर रहे थे और वो जनता के सामने एक्सपोज हुए हैं।
मैम आप ये मानती हैं कि कहीं ना कहीं इसके अंदर जो चीजें प्रोसीजर है उनको जब आप नहीं कर रहे, आलू भाई मुझे एक सवाल आपको मानती है।
So the Congress party yet again saying that the election commission is compromised. Now remember, the BJP has swept the Madhya Pradesh Rajya Sabha election. The party won all 3 seats unopposed, while the Congress's challenge over Meenakshi Natarajan's rejected nomination has been in the Supreme Court. And today the Supreme Court said that we are not inclined towards intervening, going on to say you should approach the High Court. So let's tell you what the returning officer found. It was an incomplete affidavit, court case being not disclosed. So the questions that had been raised by the BJP were that a court case had not been mentioned in the affidavit. So the BJP went on to say that this case had not been mentioned, which is why the nomination had then been rejected. So summons had also been issued in this regard, that she was not aware. That's what she went on to say. She claimed that she was not aware of the proceedings and also approached the court in this regard. So officers, in fact, also concluded, going on to say that this nomination or the details being hidden from the voters is unacceptable, and that is what the EC guidelines says. So this is what was said, and now of course the BJP leaders have been elected unopposed, while for the Congress party it's also a setback in the Supreme Court, after which the Congress party has again gone on to say that the election commission is compromised.